And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, Tom Vasel here.
I'm Melody.
I'm Amy.
And today we're taking a look at Dice Alias. Now, Dice Alias is a game in which you're making words by rolling dice. That's not new. There's lots of games, Boggle and things like that. Is it fun?
Yes.
Let's find out. Spoilers! At the beginning of the game, each player takes one of these pieces that just simply shows what color you are, and then they're going to put a pawn here. And you're going to take a bunch of dice here. You'll notice that the dice have different letters on them, and then one blank die. This is wild, so it's any letter you want. And then you roll the dice. Now what players are trying to do is they're trying to find a word here. So let's say, as soon as I find the word, I might say alias. That's what I need to say if I find the word. So as soon as I say alias, then I need to give a clue for the word. Now the word has to be 4 letters or longer, and it has to be the simplest version of the word possible. Like you're not supposed to be adding S's to it, etc. So here I might say the opposite of bad. So someone shouts out good. G-O-O-D. And though if that's correct, then I would get 1 point because I always play purple. And maybe this player got it correctly, so they also move forward 1. And then we roll the dice again. And that's basically it. You're trying to get around. So here we go. Someone might shout out alias. And if you don't have a word, then you're in trouble. But let's see here. Terrible, wicked, awful. And the word is vile. What word can you make from here? To alias, to step away from someone, to ignore somebody, and that would be shun. Now you can make more than 4-letter words. I'm just quickly doing this, but you're trying to make a word. If nobody can make a word, and I have not ever seen that happen, then after 30 seconds you just re-roll the dice. You can add a challenge to the game by using these tiles. These tiles, if you notice, were the ones punched out from the holes on the board, which now I can't get back out. There we go. And you'll draw one of these tiles, and this says toys, and that means anybody who gets a word that is a toy then we'll get an extra point if you're the one person who comes up with the words. Now this will lead to arguments because I might say ship, and you're like, well, a ship can be a toy. It's not necessarily a toy, and you'll have arguments, I suppose, that way. We don't normally use these because they're limited. This is all that's in the game. But it is something you can do for an extra quote-unquote challenge. So what do you guys think of the game?
I like the game. I like how you roll the dice and try to make up words, try to make it faster than the other people. And I like to play it with Amy and Holly a lot. So.
And you?
I thought it was hard to read all the letters before everyone else and combine the word together and then make sure it was 4 letters.
Well, 4 more letters.
Oh, yeah, but...
Yeah, most of the time your people are going to find 4 letters or more. What I think is cool about the game is the fact that, yes, one person's going to find the word before everybody else, but then they have to give a clue and someone else will guess the clue. And that's fun because you're looking at sometimes you're like, ooh, I think I know what the word is even before they give out a clue, but you might be wrong because they might have picked one different letter. And then your mind just has a hard time like, well, I see that, that I thought they were going to say thin, but instead they were trying to get the word then. And since the wild cube can be any letter you want, it's not that hard to make a word. You were able to find words.
She was, but she wasn't that good with clues.
You mean giving them out to everybody else? We're like, what is Amy trying to say? The pieces are good. The components are colorful. The dice are simple to roll. What'd you think of the pieces? The bowl and everything?
I thought the little characters were really cute.
Yeah, they remind me of gummy bears.
Gummy bears. Don't eat them, though. And I like the bowl. Rolling the dice in the bowl is pretty fun. It's just fun to roll dice. The dice are really good quality. Overall, I think this is a good family-style party game. What are your final thoughts?
I can't wait to play it again.
Okay.
Me neither.
All right. Me either? Me neither? Well, either way. That's Dice Alias. Dice Tower Judgment. Approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!
There.